Hello everyone, my name is Arpi Vartanian. I am off-screen and I am the Regional Director of the Armenian Assembly of America based in Yerevan. In December of 2016, an Armenian Assembly delegation traveled to northern Armenia. We visited several villages on the border with Azerbaijan, which have been and still are under constant contact and continued attack from the Azeri army. We met with local citizens as well as those serving our country. Then Junior Sergeant Grigor Petrosyan was one of those men. He's here with us today. You can watch that clip with Junior Sergeant Petrosyan on our Armenian Assembly Yerevan YouTube page. Today, Sergeant Petrosyan is with us, and I want to share with you that on January 27, 2018, he completed his 2-year mandatory service to the Armenian Army and returned home to Yerevan. We thought it might be interesting for you to hear him describe his life today as he continues his studies and resumes his life pursuing his dreams. Grigor, thank you very much for your service. We are all so grateful and very much appreciate it. Our nation, scattered around the world, applauds you and all your comrades for your service. Now you're back in Yerevan and resuming your life. You're studying at the medical university, correct?
Yes.
What are you studying?
Pharmacology.
So you hope to become a pharmacologist?
Yes.
Okay. Did you find it hard to catch up with your studies?
Not very much. It's a little bit easy now for me. But in some contents, it's stay difficult. In some.
Say it in Armenian. I'll help.
Որոշ մասերում կամ որոշ
Subjects?
Հա,
Առարկաները?
այդ բառիշ. In some subject it's stay difficult.
But did you fall behind because you were gone for 2 years?
Yes.
But I think you told me that you had done a little bit of studying while you were gone.
Yes.
That's impressive. You're defending our country and studying.
Yes.
So you came back and you were able to jump right in, and don't worry, subjects are always difficult in university.
Yes.
But I know you, and I know that you're gonna overcome all of that. So,
in future, I want to work in pharmacology company to construct the new medicines.
Wonderful.
Yes, for eyes especially.
Wonderful.
Yes.
That's absolutely fantastic. So now you have 2 years left, 3 years left? How much time? 3 years left, and then after you graduate, you're going to be Dr. Petrosyan.
No, pharmacologist.
Okay. So it's been just over 1 month now since you were honorably discharged. Are you finding it difficult to adjust to civilian life?
Only in the start. Now it's normal. In 2 weeks it's needed for me. 2 weeks for me. It continued that.
To learn? To get used to?
That 2 weeks it need me to get used to civil life, not more.
That's impressive.
Yes. Only it's now a sleeping problems, but I have some medicines, I use them.
What kind of sleeping problems, if you can share?
Every 50-20 minutes I got up. I don't know what that means.
Did you have to do that in the army?
Yes.
Because
every 2 hours, but when you are ending your shift, yes, you have to eat, you have to wash up, and there's only 1 hour to sleep after that.
Wow.
And it's very difficult.
I'm very impressed that that's the only problem that's remaining for you. And you'll get over that. It's maybe an extended long type of, not jet lag, but something similar where you have to get used to all of that. So, bravo. And Maybe you should play some music at night or something. Or okay. Are you no other problems, huh?
No.
Okay. What advice might you offer to young men who are about to embark on their military service, who are about to go into the army?
I think they need to know that it will be very difficult for them, but it is the first high level of their life, and they need to remove that level from their life. And every man in Armenia need to go to army because it's in our times it is important because of Nagorno-Karabakh conflict.
Yeah.
We need to protect us.
Yeah.
And every man need to do that.
Once again, I want to say thank you, because it's not easy. And you were in a region where there was, when I visited just for that day, we heard the sniper shots and what was happening, and you experienced that for 2 years. So you're absolutely right. I think that every young man has to understand how important and necessary it is, but that it will be difficult. But now, what about those young men who are about to return or to be, about to be discharged like you recently were?
Good luck to them.
Good luck to them.
Yes, I hope that they all will come back home, because I have a lot of friends now. They are serving also, and they are left 4 months to come back.
That must be hard, knowing that you have just 4 months or 4 weeks left. And
the most difficult is when 1 week, 5 days, 4 days. It's very difficult.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You want to talk about some of the difficulties that you encountered to maybe help those young men who might be going in?
I think I can't explain everything. They need to understand themselves.
Okay. Well, then how about some of the difficulties you might have encountered in those first 2 weeks that you came back to Yerevan, and how you overcame those problems?
The biggest problem was study, and because I came back and after 1 week I need to go to university.
Wow.
And I didn't understand anything from my vacation, that little vacation, 1 week.
Right.
Yes, but now it's normal.
Okay.
Yes, the university give me 40% skidka.
A discount.
A discount from my paying.
For your tuition?
Yes.
That's wonderful. Is that because you served in the army?
In first category base. They give me that discharge because I served in the first category basing.
Okay, and the first category describes those units that are on the border with Azerbaijan or on the line of contact in Nagorno-Karabakh, and can be categorized as holding a permanent combat duty, correct?
Yes.
Okay. For our viewers, I also want to point out that Grigor is also an outstanding student. He's very, very smart. So it's not just that he's going to be getting discounts for tuition because he served in the army. I'm sure he will prove once again with his grades that he will be able to earn those. Now, Grigor-jan, I know you missed your family very much, and I know that they missed you very much. But you probably missed other things as well.
Girls.
Girls? Okay. So do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Are you looking for a girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay, so ladies, take note. We can go into that later if you want on your criteria, but what about your favorite food? What was your favorite food that you couldn't eat while you were serving?
While I'm
in the army, yeah.
There's wasn't any favorite food in army. I haven't had any favorite food in army.
No. I mean, when you were in the army, yeah. What did you miss while you were in Yerevan? I mean, while you were there and not in Yerevan.
I think everything, but the most important is horovats.
Horovats.
Yes.
Okay. So how much horovats have you eaten in the last month?
I haven't remember.
It's been just over 1 month since you've come back.
Yes.
Okay. What about your favorite thing to do in your free time? What do you do now in your free time?
Looking for. I want to go to swimming pool in summer. Now I was watching football in free times.
Yeah.
I have a favorite team in German Bundesliga. Watch tennis. Big tennis.
Big tennis.
Yes.
Okay.
My favorite player is Roger Federer.
Okay.
Yes. I'm talking with him in Twitter and congratulating him with his titles.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Okay. So a lot of sports?
Yes.
And kind of just hanging out.
And of course, I like to read books, especially in Russian and other writers. For example, now I'm reading Niccolo Machiavelli about his political views.
That's interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting.
Yeah, I know your brother missed you very much too, and I know that he's recently graduated and he speaks several languages. What languages do you speak?
What I want to speak?
No, what do you speak? Right now, what languages do you speak?
English.
English and Armenian?
English, Russian, Armenian, and that's all. But I want fourth language too.
Which language?
I think it would be German. I want it to be German.
Okay, very good.
But I need to continue study English, but because I know that my English not perfect.
You know what? Anytime you want to practice, you call me up or you come over. Okay? And it just takes practice. That's all.
I haven't talked a lot of. I hasn't talked with English people, and that's why now English not very good now.
No worries. We will get it better because you understand very well. And I know speaking is just a matter of practice.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, but to answer is now a little bit difficult for me.
I understand that problem. Okay, can you share, do you want to share some of your dreams for the future with us? Or if they're too private, maybe not, but if you can?
There's no any private things. The first is to finish university. The second, find some girlfriend for me, and find happiness in life. Happiness.
I wish all of that for you too. I really hope that happens just as you would like it to happen. Okay. Anything else? Anything else that you missed, or anything else that you want to do, what that you're thinking about? About Grigor Petrosyan. No? Okay, I'm going to go back to your time in the army. In December of 2016, we spoke about the Karabakh conflict and what you thought. Now, having served and finished your service in the army, what do you have any other thoughts about how the conflict should be resolved or what could happen? There's always talk about new escalation of the conflict or people not being ready to come to a solution. What do you think?
The problem should be solved only by diplomats talks, and this problem, I think, is the most important problem of Armenians today, because that problem, from that problem, getting other problems in economy, in study, the most important is this problem. If we will solve this problem, the other problems would be solved more easier.
Okay. I hope some people who are in those decision-making positions listen to you.
And when some people say that Nagorno-Karabakh problem is not the most important problem, there are some politicals who say that. I think that they don't think about the country; they think only about them.
Yeah. Some of us have heard a lot about the daily bombings or attacks that would take place on the border with Armenia or on the line of contact with Karabakh. There have been attacks on schools and kindergartens in, say, the Tavush region.
Yes.
Did you see any of those? What can you say about those? Because I find that so horrifying.
I haven't seen anything, but I know about that while I was serving. It's of course very bad, and I have a talk with some of that children who were studying in that schools.
I was emptied.
I was empty after talk with them.
Wow. I might speak with you privately about that, because it's a very important issue, and we want to make sure that it reaches everybody so that they know what's happening. Okay. And I know you said you had a problem sleeping now. But I want to make sure that our viewers also understand that, if I'm correct, that you spent, well, with the first category military unit, you spent 252 days and nights on the front line. Every other day you had to be on the front line. Is that correct?
Yes.
That is horrifying. What was that like? Can you describe that for us?
In the start, it was very difficult to do that, but after some time, after 4 or 5 months after in that regime, it was normal for me that I have to be in 2 weeks in the base, and after 2 weeks in first line, on the first line. It was normal for me, and for me it's horrifying was that I need to be in the base one day more. It was horrifying for me.
Wow. You got used to your routine.
Yes.
And wow. All I can say is, once again, thank you, because you did an incredible service, and to your country, to all of us, to our Armenian nation. Mm-hmm. And we are all very proud of you and so happy that you have returned home safely. And I hope that some of our current or future soldiers in the Armenian army see this, and those who can understand English, of course, and they take heart and they try to be more like you, because you are a role model for all of us. Grigor, is there anything else you would like to share with our viewers in the diaspora or here in Armenia?
Diaspora, I want to say to our diaspora that they are doing a lot of things for our country, for Armenians, and I want to say thank you for this, and not to our army too. They help to our army, and of course it's a very important thing. And I wish I hope they will continue that.
You know what? I believe that the diaspora still follows what happens here in Armenia, and they are very concerned, and
Yes,
there
of
is
course.
so much interest in helping our army and helping the people of Armenia and Artsakh, and finding a solution to the Karabakh conflict so that we can all live in peace. And I think that when they hear words from people like you, they become even more encouraged and more resolved to continue that help. So I thank you. And you know where I am, so you can always call me and add more if you need to.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And I hope you all enjoyed listening to Grigor.